Hi, lovely ladies. My name's Fiona Keary from Style Liberation, and welcome to episode 34 of our weekly retail review, where every week we bring you our favourite brands and retailers based on your style personality, colour palette, body shape, and dress code as well. So this week we're taking a look at Trenery. So Trenery is part of the Country Road group as well. So you can see a few similarities in relation to, I guess, their overall vibe. However, we find that the cuts are a little bit different. What they really pride themselves on is using beautiful luxurious fabrics such as your wools, your cashmeres, your cottons, and silks, and really weaving in that idea of an Australian relaxed lifestyle. So they're designed in Melbourne, and they often bring in really interesting prints and things like that, and that's where they often form the basis for the collection for the season. Start with the print and then build on those solid colours from there. So based on that, when it comes to style personality, we would suspect that it's very much for your relaxed naturals. It's also for your classics, and there's definitely pieces for the elegant in there as well. So those relaxed natural pieces are very much those linens, those beautiful wools, all those natural fibres that come in. The classic, it's for that tailoring that comes in. So they've got those relaxed pieces, but they've also got some very tailored pieces as well. And I find that a natural, relaxed, classic style personality go very much hand in hand. The elegant then comes into some of those richer colours that Trenery uses, and in particular what we're seeing coming into the next season for autumn time is those deeper plums and rich greens, and of course your navies as well. So when we look at colour palette, I would say overall it's quite neutral. However, when they do bring in colour, it tends to be slightly muted, especially for our autumn palette, which we'll see some examples of here. So there are some clear neutrals, but overall any of the other colours that are coming in are a little bit softer or dusty. So what we mean by muted is something that has a grey added to it, or there's quite a bit of texture to the fabric, so the colour isn't as intense as it might be. When it comes to body shape, they do cater for everyone. However, what I would say is this is a great place if you are a rectangle, because they often have straighter lines through the waist, and they also very much cater for people who have a raised waist, which is often a rectangle body shape. That doesn't mean that you won't find something there if you're an hourglass. It will be a little bit trickier because their items tend to be probably a little bit more boxy and soft, or semi-fitted rather than fitted and semi-fitted, but you'll still find pieces. It's also great for your triangle, but again, you'll want to show your waist or do an inverted triangle shape with a boxy and soft piece on the top and something straighter down the bottom. And then for your inverted triangles as well, there'll be a perfect piece to mirror your shape there too. When it comes to sizing, you're looking at a size 4 to 18. What I would say, it's similar to Country Road where the sizing is generous. So you often do need to go down a size. So I would actually say it probably goes up to a 20, and in some cases it might be stretching to a 22 there. And if you are generally like a 6 or an 8, you'll definitely want to go down a size for most of the pieces, just because they're a little bit roomier in terms of being boxy and soft with that. Price point for dresses, you're starting at $119, pants from $49.95, tops from $39.95, and then your coats and jackets from $159. They are actually available online across Australia, New Zealand and South Africa as well, and they have stores across all of those, so just check out the store guide there. I know in Canberra they've recently just closed their Canberra Centre store. However, you can still find their pieces in David Jones in Woden, and also David Jones in the Canberra Centre in the city as well. It's free delivery for items over $100, or it's just a flat fee if it's under $100, and there's $15 express delivery for metro areas. And for some metro areas, check it out, it's actually same day. And they do have a 30-day return policy. So if you purchase online or in store, you can return in store. However, if you're just purchasing online, you can also return online as well. So before I show you some of my favorites, I just wanted to remind you, if you want to find more brands that are going to be perfect for you based on your style, personality, colour palette, body shape and dress code, pop on over to 35plusweartoshop.com where you can download our free retail guide. We classify 90 retailers in there. So it'll really help you narrow down the perfect retailers and brands for you. We also have an amazing closed Facebook group called 35 Plus Wear to Shop. We have over 1,000 women in there. Woohoo! We've just ticked over. And we have over 1,000 women in there helping each other find the perfect pieces for them. So this week alone, we have found lipsticks that are going to work for someone who is warm and clear. We have shared shopping wins for people who are classic rebellious and need workwear, and so many other fun things like that too. So everyone's in there supporting each other, helping each other out, because we all know how tricky it can be to find that elusive piece. So let's check out some of my favourites. First up, we have the gathered neck blouse in a beautiful primrose colour. I would say that this is a slightly warmer pink. So for those of you that are warm, muted and soft, warm, muted, possibly a warm and clear could get away with this colour as well. So this is actually what we consider boxy and soft because it's got straighter lines and a flow through. So if you are trying to create an hourglass shape, you will want to tuck in like they have here with these pair of pants. However, if you do want to go for an inverted triangle shape, as long as you wear a skinny pant or skirt down below, it will create that inverted triangle shape for you as well. Perfect for someone who is a rectangle body shape. If you are a triangle body shape, just be a little bit careful because they do have raglan sleeves here. So it's where the shoulder line is cut in. And what we're always trying to do for a triangle body shape is to create width across the shoulder line. So you may get away with this because it is boxy and soft enough, especially if you pair it with something quite straight or skinny down the bottom. But I just wanted to let you know. So it is viscose. And I like this sort of piece for that sort of trans-seasonal part of the year. And you'll notice we're getting a lot of our autumn stock coming through now into stores. But you know, in the mornings you're just that little bit chillier, or if you work in air conditioning, it's quite good to have that full length sleeve come through. So a really versatile piece, great with skirts, pants, and wearing it a couple of different ways as well. I could also see this for work, for weekend casual with a pair of white pants, for example, and also with a pair of pants or a skirt, heels, and some super duper earrings to dress it up as well. So it's a really versatile piece there. Next up, I couldn't get away without doing a leopard print skirt. You know how I feel about animal print. And look, you're going to see a lot of animal print this season. So if you're a natural or a classic, it might feel like it's a little bit too much. The dramatics, creatives and sultries out there, however, won't. But there are ways to make it a little bit more relaxed. You can see that they've done that with that beautiful camel knit here. So what I like about this is it's got a little bit of a flow and a kick out at the bottom. So great for an hourglass shape or anyone trying to create that hourglass shape there. The automatic reaction would be to wear a black top with this. But I'm going to say that this really is a great skirt for someone who is warm. And look at those warm, rich colours. This would be brilliant with a deep forest green, this camel colour here. A deep, warmer burgundy or plum colour would be fantastic to go with this skirt. So having that sort of lighter base and then, you know, the black and camel animal print through, you do want to put those richer colours on top. Just be aware that anything lighter on the bottom creates width, so you want to make sure that you're mirroring that on the top to stay in proportion here. But really great skirt. The other thing just to be aware is the length. Now this is a little bit longer than just under the knee, so we usually want to finish the skirt at the narrowest part of our leg. So because it's cutting a little bit lower than that and across the wider part of the calf, what we do want to do is either wear it with opaques, like a darker colour in a stocking, or just a little heel will be enough to give that lift and give a little bit of lengthening through the leg there too. Next up, we've got the draped bamboo viscose jacket. And so this I love because it's coming in a lot of different colours, and this is perfect if you are a rectangle body shape because it's softly draping, or if you're someone who wants to go for that boxy and soft look on top, but then you want to keep it quite skinny on the bottom. Okay, so if you're a rectangle, you can go more with this drapey pant that we've got it paired with here on the bottom that Trenery does, which is a beautiful navy sort of jogger pant. However, if you are a triangle or a hourglass, then you will want to go for a skinnier pant or a straight skirt under this to give you sort of that shape. This bamboo viscose fabric is really, really soft, comfortable, and breathes really well. So it's a great lightweight trans-seasonal jacket to have. Also fantastic for traveling as well because you can just, you know, roll it up in your suitcase and pop it on, and it's just one of those really great pieces. Choosing a neutral colour such as a grey or a navy means that it should go with nearly everything. I actually think grey is a really good investment in this because it will go with your navy base if you have a navy base in your wardrobe, or it will also go with black as well. So a really good investment there. When it comes to dresses, I wanted to show you the diamond print dress. And again, we're looking at something that's more trans-seasonal. I know it's still really warm at the moment. However, it's time to sort of start thinking about those trans-seasonal pieces so that we don't get caught out when the weather changes. So again, this is a viscose, so it is quite drapey and comfortable. What I really love about this dress is, even though it's a pattern and a print in it, it's not, you know, it's quite subtle. So for the classics and relaxed, this will be something that you will be quite attracted to. Just be aware that we are looking at prints that mirror our own scale. So if you're a small scale, this is the largest size sort of print that you would go for. If you're medium scale, this is great. Just be aware if you're someone who is larger scale, then this might be a little bit too small. It's just about testing it on your frame. The other thing I really like about this dress is that without the tie, it's boxy and soft, so great for rectangles if you just want a straighter shift dress. However, you can also make it into a more hourglass shaped by using the tie or pairing it with a belt, which they have done just here as well. The other thing I like is that it is a raised waist when it comes to the tie and the belt. So again, flattering for pretty much everyone when you go for a raised waist, which is great. I wanted to show the cotton stretch pant because I know that we go on all the time about the Marks pants, the David Lawrence pants, Sportscraft pants, etc. What I love about these cotton stretch pants in navy, because again, I'm a big navy fan, is that it has got a zip side pocket. Where we often get into a little bit of trouble is where we've got open pockets, and what happens is that they gape at the sides, adding more width around the hip line. By having a zip pocket, it keeps it really streamlined and sharp. So huge fan of these ones. And having a cotton stretch, just be aware that when you try it on, it is going to be tighter to start with, and then having that little bit of stretch means that it is going to give within about 30 to 40 minutes. So just be aware of that. What I usually suggest in a changing room is to try on first and then try on all your other tops and see how much it relaxes in that time. That will tell you if you've got the right size or if it's a little bit too big. Last but not least, we've got the Cecilia leather peep toe. So a lot of people ask me, well, what shoes do I wear with navy? And what I say for summer, I always say a tan. And that's because it just makes it look a little bit more relaxed and natural. I find sometimes going with your deeper colours in summer feels a little bit heavy. So tan is a really great colour. It also looks fantastic with a warmer palette, but you can do it with your cool neutrals as well. And I think these are great. They're a little bit of a peep toe. They've got a little heel on them. So if you're someone who finds it tricky to wear heels, this gives you enough of a lift through. And also, if you're not someone who likes wearing, you know, sandals as such, this tiny little peep toe will feel a little bit more comfortable and appropriate for you as well. So they're just a few of my favourites. So thank you for joining me again this week for episode 34 now of Trenery. And we would love to see you here again next week, where we're going to share our favourite retailers based on style personality, colour palette, body shape, and also dress code. So if you want to find out more, pop on over to 35plusweartoshop.com, where you can find our free retail guide and download it. And I'd also love you to join our free Facebook group, which is 35 Plus Wear to Shop, where everyone's helping each other find the perfect pieces for them. See you next week. Bye.